Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to Timeless Wisdom. For many people, turning 60 can feel like their home has quietly become a small battlefield. Every corner seems to whisper, there's something to fix, clean, or organize. Yet the energy to tackle it all isn't always there. But then, there are individuals like Mrs. Elellanena who never fail to surprise their children and grandchildren. Every time they visit, her home is neat, welcoming, and filled with a calm that feels rare these days. But here's the secret. It's not because she has a cleaning service, nor is it due to some magic formula. What makes her home feel so peaceful is a simple system of 6 daily habits. Each habit takes just a few minutes, around 18 to 20 minutes in total, yet they create a space that feels cared for, calm, and most importantly, keeps her in control of her life. In today's video, we'll walk through the 6 gentle habits Mrs. Elellanena has practiced over the past 6 months. These are not heavy chores or exhausting routines. They are small, intentional steps designed for older adults, easy on the body, simple to do, requiring no fancy tools, but deeply effective. More than tidying the home, they bring a sense of lightness and peace to the heart. We'll start with a tiny habit right after waking up, take a light step into the evening, learn an easy method to keep papers from piling up, discover a kitchen trick that simplifies cleanup, practice a daily 10-item pickup, and finish with a Sunday ritual that keeps one small corner always fresh. If you've ever felt like cleaning is a never-ending task, or that your home gets messy even when you're barely doing anything, what Mrs. Elellanena shares might help you see your space in a new way. It's not about having a showroom-perfect home or adopting strict minimalism. It's about creating a space that reflects who you truly are, a home with enough peace and enough room to breathe. Before we begin, if you feel this video could help you or someone you care about, please take a moment to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom, give this video a like, and leave a comment below. Your support encourages us to continue sharing thoughtful content that brings ease and inspiration into your daily life. Thank you for being here with us today. Now, let's dive into habit number 1. Habit 1. The 5-minute morning touch. 5 minutes in the morning, one touch, tidy all day. Elellanena used to start each morning feeling behind. There would be crumbs on the dining table from the night before, sticky notes scattered near the kitchen, a magazine from yesterday sitting where she planned to make her coffee. It wasn't that she didn't want to clean, it's that every morning she already felt like the house was one step ahead, and she was always trying to catch up until she tried a very simple new habit. Before making tea, before even turning on her phone or the TV, she set a timer for exactly 5 minutes. In those 5 minutes, she did one thing only: walked through the kitchen and living room, looked at anything out of place, and took one action per item. If it was trash, she threw it away. If it had a home, she returned it. If something needed to be dealt with later, she placed it in a small basket by the table so it wouldn't sit in her line of sight. She called it the one-touch rule. Touch once, decide now. No setting it down to deal with later. No piling things up thinking, I'll get to it in a minute. Because for older adults, that minute often turns into a rainy afternoon, a sore shoulder, or a phone call that makes you forget. After just 1 week of doing this, Elellanena noticed something strange. Her house looked tidier, yes, but her mind felt clearer too. She no longer wasted time looking for the TV remote. She didn't feel annoyed about having to clean before she could cook. Her eyes weren't constantly bumping into clutter. Her mornings began calmly, gently. And she said the thing that surprised her most wasn't the clean kitchen. It was the way she felt walking through it. A kitchen that was already ready, a morning without a burden. If you've ever walked out of your bedroom and immediately felt surrounded by mess, try this 5-minute one-touch rule. You don't have to tackle the whole house. You just need to own the first moment of your day. And sometimes that one moment is enough to change the tone of the entire day. Where do you usually feel the most cluttered in the morning? Is it the dining table, the sink, or that one chair in the living room? Leave your answer in the comments. That might just be the place you try your first habit tomorrow morning. Habit 2. Evening Thank You Walk. Habit 2. Evening Gratitude Walk. Clearing the mind before sleep. Every evening after a light meal and a cup of herbal tea, Elellanena picks up a small basket and begins walking slowly around her home. She doesn't call it cleaning. She calls it her gratitude walk. There's no fixed time, but it's usually around 7:00 p.m. when the light softens and the home begins to slow down. Elellanena moves gently, step by step, never rushing. She glances at the chair in the living room, folds the throw draped over it, and as she does, she thinks about the book she's been reading and feels grateful that her eyes are still sharp enough. She enters the kitchen, wipes the countertop, picks up a leftover bill, and smiles, remembering the sweet vegetable soup she made earlier that afternoon. In each space, instead of just tidying up, Elellanena takes a few seconds to feel thankful for one thing in that room. Sometimes it's a fresh flower vase. Sometimes it's the chair she bought for herself after retiring. Sometimes it's simply the quiet she finds anywhere else. She says the house doesn't magically stay tidy. It's because each day she tidies a little, but with a different mindset. Not to fight the mess, but to cherish the order she's maintaining. This habit takes no more than 10 minutes, but it makes her feel like she's saying goodnight to every corner of her home before bed, just like when she was little, and her mother would remind her to say goodbye to the day before sleeping. Elellanena doesn't just greet the day. She greets every place that walks with her through another full day. On nights when she's tired, she just makes a small loop, picks up a few items, and smooths the tablecloth. But even those small actions bring a sense of closure to the day. If you've ever found yourself tossing and turning at night, thinking about things undone or items out of place, try taking a slow walk around your home. Pick up just one or two things and think about something that warms your heart. Maybe it's the little lamp you installed yourself. Maybe it's an old photo. Maybe it's just the space where you just put the pillow back. It's not about tidying. It's a quiet thank you to the life that's happening inside your home. What time of day do you think would suit this habit for you? Before dinner, after watching TV, or right before heading to bed? Share with me in the comments. You might just inspire someone else to start their gratitude walk tonight. Habit 3. The one-touch paper system. Habit 3. One-touch paper rule. No more mess, no more worry. Elellanena used to have a stack of papers on her dining table that stayed there for days. Sometimes bills, sometimes magazines, sometimes a note from her last doctor's visit. Every time she needed something, she'd shuffle through piles, sighing because she couldn't find the most important one. She used to have a box labeled temporary, but once things went in, they never came out until she made one small change. She placed a small wooden tray on the kitchen counter, a magazine basket beside the sofa, a simple four-pocket file folder, and a recycling bin near where she usually opened mail. Then she made a promise to herself. Every piece of paper gets touched only once. When the mail arrives, she stands right by the trash and makes a decision. If it's trash, it goes. If it needs action, it goes in the tray. If it needs to be kept, into the file folder. If it's for reading, into the basket. Just 4 choices. No complex categories, no saving it for later, no stacking. And the strange thing is, after just 1 week, the dining table was no longer a paper dump. The file cabinet wasn't a mess. Old magazines were shared with a nearby library, and she knew exactly where everything was. More importantly, she felt she had regained a sense of control that had been lost to scattered scraps of paper. Papers may be light, but when spread everywhere, they quietly whisper that nothing is finished. When Elellanena learned to touch once, she also learned to finish a task. No delaying, no piling. Just do one small thing and let it go. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by paper, confused about where to put bills, or missed an appointment because a note got stuck in an old calendar, try what Elellanena did. Set up 4 places where paper can land and move on. And promise yourself 1 touch per paper. You'll find that the real relief isn't just in a tidier house, but in a mind no longer pulled by undone tasks. Are you currently holding on to scattered papers? If so, which spot overwhelms you the most? Is it the dining table, the entryway, or the kitchen counter? Share it with me in the comments. Who knows? After today, you might start touching once and letting your papers find their proper place. If you find yourself nodding along with these small habits, you might want to check out another video on this channel. It's called 20 Items Seniors Can Instantly Declutter to Make Their Homes Lighter and Easier to Live in. In that video, I broke it down room by room, from the living room and kitchen to the closet, so you can start easily even with just one small thing. No need to rush, no need to do a lot. Just remove one unused item a day, and soon you'll see each corner of your home and your mind begin to brighten. You can find the video at the end or tap the suggestion card on the screen now. Just give it a watch. From one little thing you let go of today, you might begin a new journey, lighter and easier to breathe in. Now, let's move on to the next habit. Habit 4. Kitchen strategy for fewer dishes. Habit 4. Smart kitchen cleaning. A lighter dishwashing strategy. Elellanena used to have a habit she now calls a familiar mistake. She'd cook a simple meal, but end up using 3 pots, 2 bowls, and a sink full of spoons and ladles. After eating, instead of resting, she'd find herself standing alone in front of a mountain of dirty dishes, an aching back, tired feet, and wondering why she had to wash so much for such a small meal. Some days she even avoided cooking just to skip the cleanup, until she changed one thing. Not by washing faster, but by thinking differently how to reduce dishes before she even starts cooking. The first solution was to choose fewer items, a mixing bowl that could also serve. A cutting board should be washed immediately after use, a pan lined with parchment so it didn't need scrubbing later. The next habit was preparing warm, soapy water before she started cooking. While waiting for the soup to boil or the vegetables to steam, she'd rinse knives, spoons, and cutting boards. By the time she finished eating, only her plate and spoon were left. But what changed her kitchen the most came from one simple idea. She picked one personal set of dishes just for herself. One plate, one cup, one pair of chopsticks. Pretty lightweight and easy to hold. She used only that set every day. Use, rinse, dry, done. No stacking, no waiting. Because when you use only one, you never create a pile. It sounds simple, but it worked wonders. She no longer felt like she had to wash dishes because there weren't many to wash. The kitchen felt lighter. The sink was never full. The counter is always clean. She said that when the kitchen is light, the heart is light. And when your heart is light, you feel like cooking. Like eating at home is a joy, not a chore. If you've ever looked at a full sink inside or felt tired standing there after a long day, try what Elellanena did. Select a tidy and cheerful personal dish set. Use it. Wash it right away. Don't let it pile up. And if possible, line your baking tray, reheat with non-stick tools, and wipe the counter after cooking. Small actions done daily can turn your kitchen into a place you want to come back to. Now, let's move on to another habit. Short, but it might just change how you see your room each evening. It's about picking up exactly 10 things. Habit 5, the 10-item pickup. Habit 5, pick up 10 items at a time. Just enough to notice a difference, not enough to feel tired. Some days, Elellanena felt like her home was quietly messy. Not chaotic, but little things were out of place everywhere. A book resting on the arm of the sofa. Reading glasses on the dining table. A cardigan draped over a chair. A few items left behind by visiting grandchildren. None of them was truly big, but altogether they stole the calm from the room. She used to try tidying everything at once, but often got halfway through before her back or knees started to ache, leaving things unfinished again until she tried a simpler way. Twice a day, once after lunch and once after dinner, she gave herself a limit. Just pick up exactly 10 things. No more, no less. She carried a small basket, took a walk through the living room and kitchen, looked around, and counted out 10 items that were out of place. Each item she picked up, she counted. If it had a clear home, she put it back right away. If it didn't, she placed it in the basket to sort later. It took no more than 3 minutes, but every time she could see the room change, not because she cleaned a lot, but because those distracting bits were gone. She said the reason she kept up with this habit was the number 10. Small enough not to feel like a burden, big enough to make a real difference. And when you know it's only 10, you don't put it off. You might even enjoy counting them like a little game. Some days she found a lost earring behind the table leg or an old card tucked into a stack of papers. Picking things up wasn't just cleaning, it became a walk through memories. If your home never feels too messy but never quite tidy either, try Elellanenna's 10-item habit. Pick up 10, put them back where they belong, count them. And if you slow down for a few minutes, you may feel yourself becoming a little more organized too. No need to clean the whole room. No need to clean all day. Just choose one time of day, one small basket, and the number 10. Start in the room where you sit the most. The living room, the dining area, the entryway, the places that gather small clutter. Try it and share how it feels after your first 10. Did it bring you joy? Did your home feel different somewhere? Tell us in the comments. You might be the one who inspires someone else to start with just 10 today. Habit 6, 15 minutes on Sunday. Habit 6, Sunday 15 minutes deep, clean one corner. No need for perfect. For many years, Elellanena spent every weekend cleaning the traditional way. Every Sunday, she began with a long to-do list. Wipe the cabinets, scrub the kitchen, clean the bedroom, check the fridge. But she never managed to finish it all. Sometimes she got tired, sometimes her knee gave out halfway through, and almost always she ended the day feeling incomplete until she chose a different way. Each Sunday, instead of doing many tasks, she picked just one small corner and gave it exactly 15 minutes. One day it was the spice drawer, another day the top of the fridge, another the sewing box. She set a timer. For 15 minutes, she did as much as she could, took things out, wiped them clean, put them back, and tossed anything she no longer needed. When the timer rang, she stopped. No, extra tasks. No, lingering. She stopped, drank a glass of water, and wrote a simple line in her notebook. Today, this corner is tidy. And the amazing thing was, after a few weeks, she looked around and saw that every spot in her home had been touched. No corner left forgotten, no place that made her sigh whenever she looked at it. And she realized she had done it not because she was stronger, but because she had chosen a lighter way. If weekends feel exhausting from endless chores, try Elellanenna's method. Choose one small space. Set a 15-minute timer. Do what you can, then stop. Write down what you cleaned. Next week, pick a new spot. After a few months, you'll have gone through nearly the whole house without a single day of burnout. Maybe you'll start with a kitchen drawer, a nightstand, or an old medicine box. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. And if you're already thinking about that first corner, leave a comment with its name. Just one sentence is enough to help you remember and enough to show someone else that you're also on the journey toward a lighter life. Final thoughts, timeless wisdom. Mrs. Elellanena isn't perfect. She doesn't strive for a flawless home or aim to conquer every speck of dust. What she has done is choose a rhythm of living that fits her life at this stage, 6 small habits a day. No heavy lifting, no exhausting hours of cleaning. Just steady, gentle steps that, over time, transformed her home into a space where life feels easier, lighter, and more joyful. From the 5-minute morning reset to the evening moment of gratitude, from the habit of touching papers only once to a simple, no-fuss kitchen routine, these small actions create a ripple effect. The 10-item daily pickup and her beloved one-corner Sunday reset aren't about perfection. They're about care, mindfulness, and keeping life in balance. Together, these tiny, low-effort habits add up not just to a cleaner home, but to a clearer mind and a heart that feels less burdened by daily messes. This isn't about living in a picture-perfect house. It's about crafting a home that lets you breathe deeply, slow down, and feel proud to welcome guests without a second thought. If even one of Elellanenna's 6 habits resonated with you, I encourage you to try it this week. You don't need to change everything at once. Start small. One habit, done with intention, is already a powerful step toward a more peaceful and manageable home. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. If you found this video helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom, and leave a comment below so we know you're here walking this journey with us. Your support means everything. It's what keeps us creating thoughtful content just for you. Until next time, take care of your home, take care of your heart, and remember, a life well lived is built in small, meaningful steps. See you in the next video.